Macho, underground, kitchen, bitch. Look at here, bitch.
Mike, Trenche.
Bitch.
Oh, sorry. Welcome for another episode of UK. This is my friend Damien. And bro, this is like
Damien.
this is the guy. I like this guy, man. This is a real dude right here. So pay respects, all y'all motherfuckers. Get on your knees. What the fuck was we talking about?
That was random.
What the hell? What were we talking about? Oh yeah. So
Nobody shut the bow down to anybody but themselves.
that's a thinker. I'm looking for this fucking weed. A little bit of weed. So you never smoked before?
No, never planned to.
Where is this shit?
Probably hiding from you.
Ah, fuck it. I got a little
This
bit.
might be the only episode where you don't smoke, right?
No, I'll stop this. I'll stop the whole world and find my man at once. I'll find it somewhere around here.
Fucking birds.
Shit hiding from me. It's hiding from me.
It's fine. So
Uh,
what are we supposed to be talking about?
Those fucking birds over there.
Oh.
Bro, I see all types of shit here. Pigs. There was 2 pigs here the other day. And like there's this thing
were they
where
looking
I
for?
do bonus clips.
Who were they looking for?
I have no idea. Some fucking
You said that you said there was 2 pigs. Did they have to search your house?
no, yo, I knew you was trying to say something funny. You little. Where the fuck is my weed?
You rely too much on things you
I
shouldn't rely on.
Bro, yes, I fucking rely. I can't even find a fucking lighter now. Oh, here's the lighter.
So,
Yeah, man, that's the thing. I have a fucking this addiction.
everybody,
You know, with a pussy, and I have an addiction with a slapping them in the face. No, we got an addiction to be artists now.
people have an addiction for the wrong things normally, and then they wonder why they end up in a bad spot in life, or they're so
Right.
busy drowning in fame
Even
that they don't know
fucking-
something's wrong.
Even art could be an addiction
Art's not really that.
because
I
you could be
mean,
painting
art
when you
doesn't have
before
to
you
be-
know it, you'll walk. I didn't pay my bill.
Well, art could be. I mean, everything is an art. Everything is technically a verb, so to speak. I mean, sports art is a form of art.
You know, I look at this like a form of art.
Well, that's what I was
sometimes.
going to say is that podcast is a form of digital art. I mean, it's the art of socializing with random people who you might never meet. And they're looking at your shit and they're
Bro, you're
going,
smart
all
as
right,
fuck.
I'm
Socializing,
going to
that-
subscribe and because I got nothing better to do. And, you know, I mean, some people just subscribe because they're bored. I mean,
Yeah.
they might not like anything you have to say, but maybe you're new and they go, you know what, man, I'm going to subscribe to this guy just because I feel like
just to support or
it. Just because, I mean, one man makes an army. It's just like out here, I'd be pushing cars and shit, you know, and I don't have to. I shouldn't. I literally shouldn't. It's unhealthy, but I do it anyway. I know that it's going to fuck me up to the point where I die one day. But I have a man on my word, you know.
okay. So you said that a few times now.
I have.
And I feel like we're gonna have to stop and talk about that, cause like, at first I'm like, so you have a little bit of back pain, but you still do it, but it looks like you get over the pain in my mind. But now the more you talk about it, I'm like, it's a fucking serious back problem. What is it?
Life is a
because you
serious
said
problem.
you told me that it was like something metal there,
Titanium alloy.
and I didn't ask you any more questions. But what is that? Like you got a surgery there or something?
My body's over 70% artificial pieces, and I'm not supposed to be alive, and I am. So I do what I can to do what I can for the people because we're here for a reason.
He's a robot! He's a robot! No, I'm just kidding.
Funny.
I could plug in my charger. Bzzz, charge.
Yeah.
No, because he's
You
get it
don't-
artificial.
You don't hear a lot of people who deal with this on a daily basis. I do because my body it rejects medicine, so there's no point in trying to get rid of it.
There's your body rejects medicine.
It has.
You probably because
When my leg first got shattered, they put 2 bags of morphine in me, and then my body rejected it.
bags of morphine.
And then they gave me Percocet.
I never did morphine.
After they put the leg, they did the surgery and they wrapped the leg up and put it in a boot. They sent me home finally because I was in a house at the time, and then The Percocets weren't working; they weren't doing their job, so I just
If
sold
the
them.
smoke bothers you, let me know.
Well, I sold them to a friend because I know that he was a pillhead, and I don't agree with supporting it, but I could trust him.
Fuck it, you sold it.
And he needed, he wanted them, and I needed the money for food. I'm like, well, these aren't working. But I don't really believe in that either.
No,
I usually wouldn't have done that.
It's necessity.
But I do know that there's no point in having those pills on me. Having pills like that are addictive. It makes you a target for pillheads that want to kill you for it. And certain pillheads will kill you for certain pills, Percocets, Vicodin, things like that can give a really good strong addiction. They'll kill you for it, and that's why I'm like, fuck it. You know, you're a pillhead. Just this once, I'll give you these pills. You know, just help me out with some money, and I don't care how much you give me. I just want something for food. I just want to get rid of it.
What was it? Percocet?
Yeah, they gave me.
And they don't even do that much. They just make you kind of numb.
No.
But you can mix it with drinks.
Percocet is strong on its own. It's just that my body just rejects everything, almost everything, to the point where there's no point in taking it. You know what I mean? And if I were to take a high dose of like aspirin, I just get a migraine. It doesn't work. It doesn't matter how much I take. The worst case scenario, I'll get a migraine, so there's no point. So I don't even worry about it. I'll carry shit like that to help other people with first aid, but I don't need it myself.
Where the fuck is my fucking weed? Like, talking about all these drugs makes me wanna...
You're supposed to be working on this podcast, and you're leaving your own set.
I'll be right back!
Of course you are. Yay. So now we're doing a podcast. What the fuck should I say?
No, I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna stop it. We'll continue because I
could pause when they do try. I've had people who try shit on me, randomly, and it's like they don't know nothing about me, and they don't realize that I'm not afraid to fucking die if they want.
You got a little bit, a
fuck me.
little thing.
I don't care, man. If it's there, it's there.
Nah, fuck it. It's on me.
I bet you.
Get it out of me. Get it out of me. Did you flick it in my drink?
Nope. wait, won't know until you swallow.
You motherfucker.
It shouldn't have.
He's a demon. Damien.
We all got
Damien the demon.
We all got demons inside of us.
Yeah, man, I got a fucking drinking. Here's a demon inside me. Can I kill him? Hell no. Can I kill him? Hell no. Can I kill him?
So
You heard Tech 9?
Yeah, I don't listen to him that much. I prefer like Tupac.
Shit, man, I'm really thinking if this shit flick.
It shouldn't have. I mean, but if it did, it's just extra protein. Yeah.
Just a little bit of calcium.
Extra ear protein.
Just a little bit of earwax calcium.
But
So we were talking about the
cars and pushing them.
No, we were talking about something else. Oh, the pills.
Oh yeah, those.
See, I'm a smoker and I remember, huh? But I gotta fix the tripod. Yeah, like fix the.
It would technically be a unipod because it's one cylinder.
Hey, you could shit. Why am I moving this whole? You gotta scroll a little bit. Scroll a little bit this way. Need a crane. Need a crane. Bro, you should do the. Bro, you know what? You can't do the UFC because of your back.
Oh, I could, but I don't give a fuck about it. I'm not looking for fame.
Because I feel like a lot of people that could really fight are not doing the UFC thing.
Yeah, but UFC is pointless though. There's no point.
No, not the UFC, but mixed martial arts. I mean, like.
But what I'm saying though is that like I don't care about tournaments. I don't care about the fame. I really could care less. I mean, if I get famous on YouTube, that's great. But
no, in the back, your back.
But it's not even about that. What I'm saying though is a perfectly good body. Like the fuck was his name? With the fucking black guy that has a speech impediment now. Fucking he was a boxer.
There's a guy with a speech impediment that I see on YouTube.
Well, I forgot his name.
He was like
right offhand.
He couldn't get the word.
Well, I forgot his name, but he's a very famous boxer, and I forgot who the fuck his name was. But anyway, he has a speech impediment because of how many times he got hit in the head. Because of boxing.
Oh my god!
When you get hit, it rattles your brain around inside of your head.
Bro, that shit.
And the reason why it rattles around because if your skull was airtight with your brain, then you would kill yourself.
Boxing makes me feel sick. I remember they trained me a little bit.
But that's with any form of fighting.
I know, but I've never been punched in the side of the head, but with the glove, I've been hit in the head, and it's like somebody hit you with a hard ass pillow.
He got freaking hit so many times in the head that it rattled him around so much that he's now got a speech impediment. shit, I lost a lobe in the back of my brain, and I don't know if I can feel the spot anymore. But there's a small cave in, like a soft spot, you can still feel because the skull never healed over it. I mean, healed properly. The skin did.
So what's one time where you like? Because remember I told you that story about the guy. He said, "I'll fight you for your beer." And then I got up and I was like, I told my friend, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
You told me about that.
What's one time where like somebody tried you, bro? And they tried me because I'm wearing fucking Adidas pants with like a Nike flip flops or something. I don't even remember what the fuck it was.
I got something I could talk about.
But in the streets, I have a problem with this fucking thing. In the streets, sometimes motherfuckers have issues when you have like a certain type of shoe and certain type of pants. How do we live in a world where we're just gonna get judged?
Having this has helped me out a few times.
Boy, that fucking shit just scared me goddamn. When I seen that.
I've had it for so long that I had to wrap it up.
Guys, look at this. Look at this.
And what, this?
Just whip it out real quick.
Okay.
Goddamn. I could die right now. Right now.
I mean, he said this is heavy, but this is not that heavy.
Bro, let me tell you something. There's I get nervous. I get nervous.
Well, I don't blame you. This is a big blade. I mean, of course.
Dude, it's huge.
It's just not as big as normal machetes, though. But carrying it around has got me out of a lot of fights.
I'm still nervous, my guy.
I have to tell everybody else if I wanted to do something.
Because guys, look, listen. I met him today, right? This is not like a 60-pound-year-old Asian guy that's wanting to play PlayStation, okay? This is a 300 pounds of muscle that just whipped out a fucking sword from Naruto. So it's got me a little mama.
That's funny.
Now you know why?
I don't blame you.
I committed a crime with a fucking knife when I was 11. And I know how easily people could just... You know what I mean?
If I wanted to do it, I would have already done it. I mean, I would have waited this long, you know what I mean?
Fuck. Yeah, he wouldn't have waited that long.
There's no point in me waiting that long, you know what I mean?
And why am I so cool with this fucking big-ass piece of shit?
Let's take off your shoes for it.
Like, come on, my guy. At least it's taking the attention off of that thing. That big old fucking...
I don't know why
that human killer.
I don't know why you're so worried about it.
Dude, I am. You know, bro, fuck it. I want to talk about it. Cause
if,
you got some numbers.
Why would
you got some numbers.
But,
this guy got numbers now.
But why would I, pull it out of my bag and show you that I have it when I could have kept it hidden?
Because...
And then I could have brought it in here.
This is what happens when you drink, when you smoke.
Something.
I smoke and drink.
You know what I know? Well, that's what, what I'm saying, though, is if I wanted to do something, I wouldn't have shown it to you. You know what I mean? What's the point of showing you what I got? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so these are the signs. All right.
No. But what I'm saying, though...
Oh, shit, this bucket of fucking chicken.
Is you got people, you know what I mean, who commit crimes, you know what I mean, usually. And
they wouldn't reveal something.
Well, there are two kinds of people, usually, and anybody can be both. There's usually the psycho that pulls it out and likes to boast, and then he'll just walk up and fuck with you, make you shit your pants, and he'll fucking kill you. I'm sure you've seen them on the fucking news. You know, talk about the psychos that are all over the news. You know, they know the guys that aren't afraid to purposely, boast who he is, you know what I mean, and say what he has, and then he'll come up and kill you after he's instilled fear into you, because it gets him off like ejaculation would get off a normal man. And then you got those guys who are trained to be silent. You know what I mean? And anybody could potentially, everybody has both of these potentials in them, but then you could train more to be stealth ops or, you know what I mean? It just all depends, though. Like for me, man, I need a reason to hurt somebody. I don't like to hurt people without a good reason. And I got nothing to hide, so that's why I'm like, well, fuck it, this is what I got. You know what I mean? Everybody's always trying to be somebody they're not. So, I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not. I'm just showing you what I've had over the years, and you can tell I've had it for a while.
But when I was younger, I had to do the same thing. And you kind of do have, not do have to have
I've had it for a long time,
but you feel secure with it.
But no, it's not even that. I don't technically...
No, you feel secure with it.
I'm just so used to carrying it.
It's just like, let's say there's a moment in the night where you're just like feeling unsure about the
here's the whole...
grab that fucking thing, you'll feel secure.
Well, here's the whole thing, though. I don't always grab it, though. Everybody thinks I always grab my blade. I don't always grab it. Usually, you know what I mean? I'm up. You know what I mean? I'm up with my fist or you know what I mean, or my claws before I grab the blade. You know what I mean? It's just like with me in the woods. You know what I mean? Like I don't need I never needed a blade to take down somebody. I carry this because if I can avoid getting arrested for fighting needlessly, then I'd rather have it, because just having it, people are like, well, shit, if he's carrying that, then does he know how to use it? You know what I mean? I'm playing games with this guy because I think he's a joke. He's got a big ass blade on his hip. I don't want to fight him. They're just gonna walk away, and then all that bullshit they were talking, they walk. And then the people who are...
that happened to you? Like, where people fucking...
Or Orlando has happened. I mean, not just Orlando.
In Orlando?
I mean,
of course.
Not just, but
you
now...
were in Orlando?
I was living in Orlando for like 6 years as a homeless person. I did performances for like 5 years.
We'll talk about this bucket of chicken, because I don't think this is not the right time.
But it's just that you get other people, and apparently everybody's from Compton, apparently, when they're not.
What the fuck?
And then, of course, my thing
How the
is...
fuck they end up here from Compton?
But my deal is this, though. Just because you're from Compton doesn't mean you're not a pussy. Pussies and grow up everywhere, just like strong people can. I mean, warriors can grow in the same place as pussies can.
Yeah.
Just because you came from Compton does not mean you're a strong person. It's just like for me, I don't come from anywhere particularly. I just,
of course.
I'm just a homeless guy trying to live my life, and you know what I mean. But
so what the fuck? Did they try to kill you?
Well, it's a mixture of people. I mean, I like to say that we're too busy trying to point the finger at one race when it's all the races kind of doing their own bullshit. Of course,
no, but I'm saying because there's a lot of black people in Orlando, and most of the people that are homeless are black.
I mean, it all depends. It all depends on the person. It all depends on the people. I mean, there's good and bad. I mean, I've had people who walk up on me, and like I had to be a little street brother that I used to hang out with, and I don't know where he's at right now. But I'm trying to get connected with him, and the whole thing is this. Is that like there was a guy? Here's the thing. He smokes weed, and
What's his name?
Oh, I'd rather not give it up because he's not here to give the consent, and it's not fair.
Oh, it's a nickname.
No. It's a friend of mine that I've been known for a long time, and he's already.
Oh, so it's not like Eric. Because if it was Eric, you would have said Eric.
He's doing a lot. He's dealing with a lot of shit on his own, and I don't want to put him in any more. In any more spotlight than he wants to be. You know what I mean? If he's not here telling me that...
But his first name.
But if he's not here telling me to give out his name, I'm not going to give out his name.
That's what
because, you know what I mean? He's been through too much shit.
You holding a knife.
He's been through too much shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to put him in the spotlight. And the more spotlight he is in, the more trouble he's going to get in. As far as people, there's a lot of people who don't like him, and there's a lot of people who are trying to use him, and I've worked really hard to keep him out of that type of life. So I mean, by me giving out his name, that could potentially be bad for him. I mean, I don't want to put him in an instance that could bring him more trouble when I worked hard to keep him out of it.
Oh shit!
It's just like I had one
So
guy.
you guys got a history.
Well, he never asked me for help. I chose to help him, and that's just how it was. We and him didn't always get along because I'm a lot harder and more demanding than he is. But overall, I mean, he is a decent person for the most part, or else I wouldn't have bothered to help him. He's been homeless with me for a long time, but
you were
he
seriously homeless. I've been lied to a lot of fucking times.
But you saw my stuff.
I know.
I wouldn't go through the trouble of packing 2 carts full of shit to just sit at a quarter every day. It would be too much trouble to deal with, and that's why I should have brought it over here, because then I could show everybody. Bro,
before I knew you, I took a picture of you. I wasn't gonna say that because
I don't care.
I know
everybody takes photos.
I didn't know who you were. Cause I do art. But I also do picture art, and I seen you there, and I'm like, I had no idea who you were, and I seen you before. I seen you there before.
Yeah, I've been here for like 5 months in this little
area. I parked
area.
at the bank right there.
Yeah,
and then I just started. I took a picture, and I'm like, after I take a picture, cause I'm fucking scared.
Don't blame me.
No, because I don't want a person catching me taking a picture or somebody driving by.
Here's the thing.
I'm like, I think about like an artist. Look at how the world is.
It's in public. Here's the thing. With it being in public, people don't have to
I'm not gonna put it in public.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm saying you're in public. I'm in public. Nobody has to like that you're doing it. The point is this, though. Very simply put, is that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is gonna help me because I need help with this.
It's public though, so legally you can do it. It doesn't matter how many people don't like it. It's just like on YouTube. There was a guy who was doing a Bushman gig, prank, and he had a camera, and of course they're gonna film it to show
Which
us.
one, the Bushman?
I don't know which Bushman it was. There's a shitload of Bushmen, so I don't remember which one it was. But anyway, there was this one guy, and he was doing it. People loved it, and there was this one couple, or this one guy, or whatever the fuck it was. Anyway, these people.
It's illegal.
Basically, they were like, you can't get me on film, and then they fucking called the cops on him, and then the cop was like, dude, he's not doing anything wrong.
Oh, for real. Also, you could record him.
We're in public, he's recording you, even if he shows
I
your
think
face.
it's unless the owner
You
of
know?
the area tells you that you can't
No,
record.
it's not even. I don't give a fuck. It's public area. You can't tell somebody you can't.
Oh, if it's a private establishment and they
But
tell you
like,
not to
well,
record.
here's my deal though. Even if it's a private establishment though, if you've got cameras looking at you, then you can look at them. It's just like a lot of cops who,
Okay, I see.
not all cops give a fuck, but there are those that are nasty cops, nasty people that are in law enforcement, and they do bad things, so they don't want you to film them. So they try to scare you because they got a badge. It's like I'm filming you for my protection, but you can't film me. It's like, well, I'm doing it for the same reason. You know what I mean? Us as people, we make the government, we make the police, we give everybody a reason to do their job. Because without us, they wouldn't have a reason. So basically, so that being said, I mean, a lot of people are so afraid because they're scared of the badge. They're scared of being brought down because these days, for instance, if I had a suicide note and I were to read it out as a story, I'd get Baker acted in a second. And
if you had a suicide note and you said you were going to read it out,
unless
you would get Baker acted.
Well, no. But what I'm saying though is this. For instance, the fuck, I thought I turned the shit.
There's no freedom of speech. What the fuck?
Well, what I'm saying though is that we have freedom of speech, but because of certain things of how many people have actually killed themselves, they have to act on it. Like for instance, if I'm walking around just a regular person and I'm over here and I'm reading a suicide note, you know what I mean? Bam, you know what I mean? I'm more likely to get Baker corrected. But let's say I'm like, Papa Roach and it's a band and I'm singing Last Resort, which is about a suicide basically. It's about suicide and about giving up. You know what I mean? There's plenty of songs like that. They're not gonna do anything because it's music. You know what I mean? Or in a video game, if this guy's talking about suicide, it's a video game, you're gonna get away with it because it's a video game. And it doesn't matter if that person actually was really gonna kill himself on the cast. But they're not gonna know because it's just a video game. It's just a song. You know what I mean? If the guy does it, then it's just common. It's just common shit because everybody's apparently every rock band has a guy that does pills and kills himself or goes suicide. You know what I mean? It's a common thing, so they're not gonna do anything about it. It's just the rock music. It's bad. You know what I mean? It's just the common bullshit that we deal with, and of course,
cyberbullying
people.
is crazy,
Cyberbullying, man. Yeah,
there was a 9-year-old girl that just committed suicide. And that's the second time.
It's not just cyberbullying though that's doing this though. It's a combination of cyberbullying and other things.
What, school and shit? School bullying?
Well, not just school bullying though. It's
You
okay.
have an eyelash right there that's about to fall off. That's a lucky one. Right
We
there,
have
oh,
doesn't matter.
lucky. Wish.
Anyway,
I wish you.
I was
Not
gonna
gonna
say
tell you because I want it to become true.
For instance, we have a lot of girls, young, underage, older, let's say, of age, older women to young teens, children, and it even gets worse because there are even toddlers and babies that are getting abducted and getting raped, and they use them to breed, and they use them for
This is gonna
sex
be interesting.
trafficking.
What do you think about the border wall?
It's not gonna.
Oh, by the way, oh my fucking lord!
Oh Jesus!
Celebration! There's the first white guest! You're the first white No, he's mixed, but he's...
You're shaking Mexican maracas,
No, this is from Puerto Rico!
Same kind of same thing.
Well,
I hate when Latinos...
Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
I hate when Latinos and Mexicans get all mad. It's like, I'm Latino, you don't call me Mexican, so who fucking cares? You're both Spanish. And technically Latinos...
they make fun of each
Latinos are technically adopted into Spanish.
They make fun of each other.
They're not original Spanish people.
We could have a kitchen.
You know that, right?
We got... what?
Latinos originally were adopted into the Spanish culture. They weren't original Spanish people. That's why they're Spaniard and Spanish. Spaniard, like Cuba, Spain, the original Spanish cultures are Spaniards. The old Spanish, you know how Spanish originally was original? Well, Spanish now is is basically a term for not original Spanish people. Like, for instance, when the blacks and the whites, when the slavery happened and the whites were raping the blacks, that's Latinos.
Bro, you know a lot of more shit that I do.
That's Latinos. Latinos are primarily a black and white culture. Now, yes, nowadays there's probably a lot more Spanish Latinos than there used to be, but originally they were left for dead after the fucking slavery was done with in an area that Spanish and Spaniard conquered and made their own. You know what I mean?
Damn!
Yeah.
Your arm cracked.
And,
neck.
So they were adopted because they were in the area that they conquered, so of course they're going to bring them in. They don't have to, but they did. So now Latinos don't know their history. So while they're trying to act like they're the original Spanish, they're not. They're adopted into Spanish culture.
Who Latinos?
I'm just saying Latinos in general.
Each and every single one.
I mean, nowadays it's different, but I'm saying the original Latino culture was adopted.
Idea.
The black and the whites raped the blacks. You know what I mean? And Indian women, and they created Latinos. Latino is a white and black, and maybe Indians, base mix of cultures because of slavery. That's that.
So?
I know so.
I don't know.
That's how it is.
Okay, this is the first time we're gonna battle it out, battle.
I'm just saying though, if you actually read, you know what I mean? If you look up on your history, you can find it.
So what you're trying to say?
I can care less if people
Spanish
like it.
People. Let me just clarify. The Spanish people came out of black, white, mixed.
Yeah,
Possibly.
the original Latinos did. Latinos nowadays probably
But
have
not
more.
Puerto Ricans. You're talking about Puerto Ricans? I'm confused.
Latinos nowadays probably have more Spanish in them now, but the original, culture, the original history of how they became, is because first they took over the Indian land, then they brought the blacks over on Mayflowers, and then they fucking enslaved and
exiled. You talking about Puerto Rico? I'm
talking about.
There was Indians in Puerto Rico.
But it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter where it's at. The point is that whatever the hell they used to call it, Indians were originally there, Native Americans, and then they brought the African Americans on boats and fucking enslaved them. And originally they enslaved and exiled Indians.
They did do that in Puerto Rico too.
Originally they exiled and raped and murdered and of course enslaved Indians originally. And then the whole Thanksgiving is basically a Last Supper before the slaughter. They said, we'll give you all of these resources for your land. Them not being educated enough to understand that they were being screwed over said, we'll do it because it's so much shit. And then out of celebration of them fucking the Indians over by trade, they had the Thanksgiving, which is like a Last Supper before their slaughter, literally. The rape, exile, enslavement, and all that shit.
Rape, exile.
And then basically...
What is the rape, exile?
No. I'm saying rape, and then exile is basically when it's. Some say exile is worse than being dead because being exiled is like you can't do
that's like they're doing that to you.
Exile is basically like being permanently banned from Walmart. You know what I mean? You can never go to Walmart again. Nobody gives a fuck about you. If you step foot in an area, you know what I mean, you're gonna be killed. Well, if it's Walmart and a ban, you're gonna get arrested.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of the same relative if you think about it. Being permanently banned as a homeless person is just like being exiled in that particular time period for them. It's the best response I could give. But and then you know what I mean? But even still, after they conquered that land, they fucking brought over the fucking blacks, and then they did the same shit to them. And Latino, I mean, I don't know why the name Latino was.
But you know what I like?
But that is their history.
Okay,
though.
so Asians, but that's what I'm saying. Like Asians.
Asians
didn't come from black or white or something.
Well, we'll see.
Just like there's the Asians that's Puerto Ricans.
What the fuck is it called?
Just like Cubans. What do you think about Cubans?
We have
they have the same
no,
flag.
not Asians themselves, but they're what the fuck?
We're gonna go into all Cubans, and we're just gonna go into each and every single one.
We actually have Asians and Spanish mixed together, and that's what the fuck is it called? It's the little land starts with a P. Portuguese people are basically Asian and Spanish kind of mixed together. Have you ever noticed? I mean, most of this world is mixed to some extent, but some is mixed in more than others.
But what about like Hawaiians? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know everything about every culture though. I'm only going by what I do know.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is that
I mean,
like there was an explosion. This is from what I'm saying. Like there was an explosion
okay.
in the when the galaxy fucking started, whatever. Boom.
Or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and then I feel like these different types of organisms or whatever, or cells.
Aztecs and Mayans.
No, but listen, hold on. That different types of people, like Asians from all over the world, were clustered in different lands, and they were like isolated. You know what I'm trying to say? Like a little land.
I kind of get it, but the whole thing is though.
But it's not like a human just walked out of the fucking beach and just. It's kind of, I don't know.
Well, what I'm saying, though, see, this is the whole thing, though, and then this is where kind of religion kind of comes into play. And that's why I tell people, I'm religious, but you don't have to be religious, though, to understand the facts.
Boom! That's like the missing gap.
Well, see, here's the whole thing, though. Everybody's always fighting over Big Bang versus evolution. Especially religious people, especially a lot of these idiot religious people are like, oh, it was not a Big Bang, it was evolution, but... I'm very religious, but I'm also very open-minded, so I look at things and everything way possible. That's how I am. But for instance, right?
Me too.
If you read the Bible and Genesis, it
I have
talks.
a Bible. If you know about it,
It talks about it. It talks
and I
about
had it in jail. I got my jail Bibles.
it talks about how God just appeared. You know what I mean? Appeared and said, "All right, I'm gonna start building some lands. I'm gonna start building planets and lands up on these planets, or at least Earth." Okay, and the fact that he came out of nowhere is a Big Bang instance right there. He came out of nowhere. There was no history on how it happened. It just boom, it happened.
Bro, by far, this is the best, like one of the best shows I've ever had.
But I'm just saying though, you know, nobody knows what the fuck Big Bang actually means. It's not saying a nuke fucking came down and boom. You know what I mean? But what I am saying though is that the fact that God
must have been huge.
The fucking fact that God came out of nowhere without any actual history, boom, he's there. That's a Big Bang instance right there. There's no history to prove that he came any other way except for just happens to be there. I mean, he could have history.
Okay, so how do you think he came in? Okay.
You know what I mean? But for all we know, he could have a history.
So what is God and then Jesus, right? And
well, I can tell you what I know, and I'm not going to say I'm 100% right on everything that I say, but based on what I do know,
No, but let's start at the beginning. Let's start, like, if he came in, how the fuck did he... How?
Well, here's
From where?
Well,
From outside the black spaces of...
Well, that's what I'm going to tell you, though. That's the whole thing. I'm going to tell you what I do know.
There's like an outside thing outside of the black.
I'm going to tell you whatever I do know, and then everything is going to start connecting. Like, okay, I'm sure you've heard of the Holy Trinity by now. Basically, the cross. You have the cross, and they have the Holy Trinity. Well, the Holy Trinity is based off of Jesus, the Holy Ghost, and God. God is... I'm going to get to him later, but he's not the point.
Man, my mind is fucked.
But you have Jesus. He's his son, but he's also supposed to be the physical face of God. He's the guy that goes around physically doing his deeds. Right. The spiritual ghost was to him spiritually.
Like his messenger.
Well, here's the thing, though. The Holy Ghost is supposed to be his form spiritually. Everybody thinks...
Hold on, wait. The Holy Ghost is the
Holy Ghost
form of him spiritually.
Yes, but... People think God is a spirit. He's not a spirit. Throughout the Bible, it talks about different parts on how, for instance, how if you try to look at him, you go blind.
Remember, sometimes it takes me a while to think.
Okay.
Yeah, so because you know a lot of shit and I'm learning a lot.
Well,
so
okay.
just take me through it, but like say the same thing you just said. But
so basically, I already talked about Jesus and Holy Ghost, but with God, they think he's a spirit and he's not. He's not a spirit. There's been multiple things in the Bible. They're not sure.
Oh no, he's not. No.
But then there's things referring to what he could be, versus what he's not. And this is why I hate going to fucking church, because I go to church, and then they're so apt about telling about their lives and how you should be better than them. And if you're not at least equal to them, you're gonna burn in hell one day.
You feel exiled.
You can't be gay. You can't be lesbian. You can't be this or that, or you're gonna burn in hell. Fuck that. I hate that shit. It's like, yeah, I got a bad mouth. I do sin quite a bit. But at least I'm doing God's works. When God says, "Hey, push that car out of the road," I'm gonna fucking push it.
Man.
These other guys with their fucking crosses, they're like, "Hi, you're homeless. I'm waving to you. Smile. Fuck you." You know what I mean,
bro? And you don't do.
They're not doing.
And you don't fucking smoke. You don't drink.
But they're not doing their job as godly people. God does not want us to.
And you don't do coke.
I don't do anything. The thing is, though, is that if you're godly, just saying, "Hey, you can be saved if you trust in God." No, it's not that simple. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, you know, they do tell you what you need to know, but it's not just that simple, though. Just speaking the Word of God is not the same as doing the Word of God. There's too many Christian, Baptist, Catholics, Mormons, and Jehovah's Witnesses, and whatever fucking else. They sit here.
Because I got in an argument with my ex, and her grandma was like, "You're going to hell."
It's just that, like...
I'm like, what the fuck, you Christian?
See, here's the thing, though, right? They're so apt in trying to scare you instead of trying to help you.
Yeah.
And it fucks
I'm
up.
fucking young. I'm like 17.
It fucks up religion for everybody who does want to worship God, and then it gets passed down through generations of family. You know what I mean? So they don't tell you everything. For instance,
they had fucking certificates of church and shit on the walls.
Well, for instance, with God, right? With God,
fucking bullshit.
If you haven't noticed, and they talked about how if you ever were to actually see him, you would go blind. He doesn't have a set form.
They did say that.
You can't destroy him, but he can be created and reused.
And he's everywhere.
And reformed. He's also everywhere. Here's the thing. If you haven't noticed this, there's a connection. For instance, right? There is not atoms. Atoms are like not what I'm going about here. But there is one thing, more than atoms, that does have a form, but yet doesn't have a form. It can be everywhere, and yet nowhere. Even if you were to holster it, and you still can't control it, because it's more powerful than you, but it allows itself to be, captured a little bit to help our human species of race, and that is electricity. Electricity is the only thing that doesn't have a form, has a form, is there everywhere yet nowhere. It lets you capture it, but it can never be captured.
Shit. You motherfucker.
If you stare at it, you will go blind for too long. I mean, stare at it for too long, you will go blind. It has no face.
It is anywhere, because we can be talking, touch, and then we'll get a spark.
But for instance, right? You know what I mean? This is all electricity. That's electricity. You know what I mean? Electricity is everywhere around us. Everywhere. Whether it's bad or good, it's there. When it rains, sometimes it comes from the sky. Actually, it comes from the ground to the sky.
You think I could get lightning right here in this shit?
I'm not going to say that you will run out. I mean, it could happen anywhere. But all that I'm saying is that it's there.
You shouldn't be here if there was lightning going on.
Well, it doesn't matter to me. I could really give a fuck less. It's not the point. The point is, though, is that God is literally electricity. It also states in the Bible.
No, but if it was raining and there was lightning, would you be in here?
I don't give a fuck. Well, we're gonna die anyway. But what I'm saying, though, is that, like, it also states that one day...
You got any tattoos?
No, I don't like tattoos. I mean, I like looking at them, but I don't believe in getting them. It's pointless. It's just an accident.
Scared needles, motherfucker.
Nah,
yeah.
I donate blood all the time.
You do?
I mean, I don't like needles, but I'm not afraid of them like I used to be. The point is, though, is that with a tattoo, they got to dig into your skin partially, and the ink has to touch that last layer of skin before it hits the blood. And then it burns. And then it burns it into your fucking arm, basically. That's all it is. So So you'd fuck up a little bit, you can get ink poisoning. I'd rather not take that chance. I'm good.
The only thing I have is 3 fucking dots right here. You could barely see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And there was like 3, 4 young people looking at me. That's why I did it.
It's just that, like, for instance,
like 13.
It talks about the wicked one day conquer angels. Angels being spiritual, supposed to be spiritual. And could take physical form if it needed to, but it's supposed to be spiritual mainly. Now, Bruce Lee did make a point to announce before he died randomly, which is definitely not an accident, that he did find immortality. Remember, his body, he used almost 100% of his body, almost 100% of his mind. Now they made a movie called Lucy about it. Lucy is, I mean, it's a bit different. They made it action-packed and more sci-fi so people would watch it. But the idea, just like Star Wars with the Force, just like Naruto with chakra and Goku with the ki, all this has a connection. That's because of the mind. You know what I mean? For instance...
God damn, bro. You're like a samurai.
These are all...
This guy's like a 5,000-year-old samurai.
But what I'm saying, though,
you know
is that, you know what I mean? It's like in order for our bodies to be completely free of whatever shackles we have right now, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, you know what I mean? We have all these things that we have to balance up to 100%. And like in Lucy, when she got up to 100%, now yes, hers was more of... She was carrying packs of chemicals on her stomach, and it fucking broke up. It was a movie about a girl who was carrying chemicals on her stomach, and the shit broke open, and then she started getting these special powers. Well, it's a little far-fetched because they wanted to make it good for people to watch. But the aspect is there, like with the Force. The Force is all about using your mind. The Force is all about using your mind. The Force is where...
I never heard it like this.
Star Wars, though, the Force is where...
That's what I'm thinking about, yeah.
If you ever watch them use the Force, like with Yoda is a prime example, or with any Jedi that was powerful enough to use it, the Force is all... Like, the reason why I say Yoda, because Yoda, as old as he was, he didn't have trouble doing it, but he's small, so bigger objects...
He'll come out in a cane, like, you know, just chilling.
He'll purposely take a long time to do it, like Goku in the beginning. It took a long time for transformations to happen. To bring out the more, you know...
I don't even know what he does.
But here's the whole thing, though, right? Have you ever seen him do it? Like you know what I mean? If you notice, he uses his mind. The mind comes out.
Bro, I have to see his clips on YouTube.
What I'm saying, though, is that the mind happens and it hits. And then it goes through the arms, through the hands, and then he's able to move shit. And yes, it has been proven that there is a fact one day we could be doing that same shit. We could be moving objects. That Star Wars wasn't just made on accident.
No lie.
You know what I mean?
There's times where I've been by myself and I tried to do it.
And there are people in this world...
Have you tried to do it? Be honest.
But there are people in this world today that can do it. There are people right now in this world, I mean, who knows where, of course, but there are people who can move objects with their mind that are able to do it.
I think it was like in Russia.
These movies, yes, they're overpowered and overdone for the sake of the movie. But they all have the same, even the Matrix had the same moral story and the moral basis as fucking Star Wars, Naruto, Goku, you know what I mean? All these things. Like, for instance, with, I can't remember the exact pronunciation, but in the beginning of Naruto, of course, they're way out of whack now, but in the beginning of Naruto, when Naruto was still a kid, growing up, they had these different hand signs, and it's supposed to be the 9 hand signs of Kujin. I
have to learn about, bro, because
it's the 9 hand signs of Kujin. I don't know if I pronounced it right. I don't know if it's pronounced Kujin or what, but it's basically these 9 hand signs, and basically this is supposed to be harmony, and then and this is power. And
by the way, it's a fuck you.
I mean, and then they have this, and then they have one where it's.
Is that in the thing?
Well, yeah. I mean, in Naruto, they use it quite often, and then there's the one the Shikamaru uses. There's also one of them. I forgot what it's called. But see, nobody caught that. It's like My Hero Academia. The whole point.
God damn, you know.
My Hero Academia. The whole point of that anime is to show that we're supposed to be human. That we are more than just human beings. Yes, they used quirks and the powers to make the anime worth using. But the whole idea, okay, for instance, All Might was the main guy before he retired finally as a hero. So basically, he had all for the one for all. Basically, he bulked up and he could go around and fucking save everybody. You know what I mean? And yes, there were times where he couldn't save people, but of course, he made it his mission to save as many people as possible, and that's the whole idea of that anime. Like you know what I mean? Like, you know, and throughout the anime, it's all about overcoming who you are and you know who you are now and becoming somebody more. Because in this world, we have people who are too scared to help anybody. You know, it's all throughout the anime, we have these heroes that are going out and doing their best to save the people from these villains.
You know what the fuck I'm thinking right now?
You know what I mean?
You know the rapper 1400 by any chance?
I don't know a whole lot about these new rappers.
This guy knows about anime. And he's just famous, so I'm wondering if anime somehow got him to this level.
Well, here's the thing, though. Anime, if you can see the morals, it can teach you things, but it could also destroy your mind if you don't know how to take it. Like
for real?
Like
if you learn,
like there are.
There are view of how it is.
Well, there are people all around the world, you know, who watch anime and they just watch it just because it looks fucking amazing. Or you got the perverts who just watch it because they want to see the pretty girls. You know what I mean? Because they're lonely and shit. And it's the same thing with World of Warcraft. You know what I mean? You get sucked in and then bam, you're done. But it's not the game or the anime's fault. It's your fault because something in your mind sucked you in and took you apart. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying though is that okay?
I did this on video.
For instance, okay, children are more able to see spirits than wow. Children are more able to see spirits than adults are. If you haven't noticed, for instance, you know, I don't know if you ever had a kid go, "Oh, I got an invisible friend." Well, it's not just an imaginary friend. That's probably a spirit, and it's been proven more times than none that the spirit is probably her invisible friend. Because adults are so busy masking themselves that they lose all these special abilities that they still have. But basically, they cover it up because we're taught that if we see things that nobody else can see, then we're crazy. We need to be on medication. We need to be Baker acted.
Yeah, you definitely are.
So,
that's what kind of.
So we are.
That's what kind of fucked me up until now, and then
we're supposed. Fuck it. Well, see, we're supposed to swallow a pill to become normal because the government wants us to become nothing.
Or it could be
but
someone.
clones.
Or it could be someone.
But the point is, though, for instance,
that
right?
You live with.
Okay, so you got the presidents, and all the presidents are there for is to be the mask for the government. The government does something wrong, the president gets blamed for it. That's all it is. And, and there are some
definitely.
And there are some worse presidents than other presidents.
Donald Trump looking stressed now.
But here's the whole thing, though. You have this, and I'm willing to bet that this video is going to eventually get fucking removed because there's too much shit on the video for people to see.
No,
I'm going to promise you at some point, some government official is going to see this shit and he's going to take it off.
You scare me with the shit that you say.
And I'm dead serious because think about it, our history, right? People have gone randomly dead. I mean, Tupac was one of those guys that was supposed to die, but I don't think he died because his music involved his one day of dying. He planned his own death so that he could come back again. I mean, he was too young to die in the first place. And of course, I forgot exactly. I don't remember all the names because I got so much going on in my brain. But there was he made some albums right towards the end of his disappearance that involved him planning death.
That's the way he talked about it.
And then after he disappeared and died, as they claimed, he was still making albums. And then a movie that he starred in. He did the shit on purpose to fuck with the government. Just like you had Stephen Hawking was one of those guys. Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee. All these people, whether it's martial arts training or rap and speeches like MLK and MLKJ, randomly got killed off. Why
what
would
do you
they
think
kill
about
them?
Suge Knight? Like Suge Knight with Tupac?
I don't know the fucking... I know about Tupac. I don't know much about the other one. I'm not good with names. Okay, I didn't know of Biggie.
But this is what could happen.
What I'm saying though,
because you're not 100.
Well, I am definitely 100% sure that these people like Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee, and all these people I just named, they were killed on purpose because they knew too much. Okay, here's the thing, right?
You think like Michael Jackson too? Hell yeah.
Michael Jackson is kind of a dick, and I kind of believe that he might have molested some kids, but I don't care about that.
Holy shit! I got a fucking Michael Jackson can right there.
I don't fucking care.
And I only put it because.
Well, see, here's my deal, right? let's say he didn't do it. If he didn't, by all means, maybe he didn't. But there's a fucking shitload of evidence that proves he did. So, but I don't care if he did. That's not the point. He was a great magician, musician, and he did know some shit. Now, nobody knows about this because YouTube randomly. I mean, all evidence of him doing this one incident was randomly taken off everywhere. And then when I bring it up, nobody knows about it. They think I'm fucking crazy, right? Okay, so do you listen though? Do you remember when Michael Jackson randomly overdosed on needles because he told his doctor to kill him?
Yeah.
Do you remember that shit? I think
I heard the tape.
But he randomly died, disappeared off the fucking face of the earth for I forgot how long.
I was in jail though.
But here's the funny part though, right?
Anything up.
But here's the funny part though, right? He randomly disappeared off the face of the earth for I forgot how many months or years or so, right? And then somebody on YouTube goes, "Look at this female, looks just like Michael Jackson." Oh, look at that. He's in the crowd, and then one day he randomly comes back. He randomly came back, and now he's back again.
He was back after that?
He planned this shit for a reason. Whether or not he molested anybody is not my problem. He knows something that they don't want him to know.
Oh, yeah.
So he purposely faked his death by giving the doctor a paid authority to kill him. But there are medicines that can make you look like you're dead so that you can get away.
Oh my god.
Yes, and nobody seems to remember this.
And it's funny that you say that because his family just went on to do music and just like...
Yeah, it's like randomly, poof, Michael Jackson's gone. But yeah...
And his sister's doing music. I'm beautiful.
But here's the thing though.
What the fuck?
I wish you would have seen the videos because Michael Jackson did in fact supposedly die. Now all of a sudden he's back. And nobody seems to remember the fact that he died. But I don't believe he died. I believe he framed his death to get away from something long enough to make a better plan. But it's just...
of course, he got so much money. That's why I believe some of it. Like,
the guy I was telling you about earlier, the boxer, I think his name is Muhammad Ali, the fucking guy with the speech impediment. I think
yeah.
That's the guy. That's the guy I'm talking about.
So you do forget names sometimes.
That's the guy I'm talking about, by the way.
Yo, but this part we could edit it out. So we could just wrap it up.
I don't know how to wrap the shit up. I said too much.
No, you're good.
I said way too much. That's my problem. I ramble.
Nah, man, bro. But that's why I'm gonna listen to this later. And cause there was some parts where you had me. I'm thinking about a thought, and then you're saying something, and I'm like, you had me on a thought, like like everything.
I know too much for my. I know too much for my.
No, like the Michael Jackson thing, and I'm like, oh shit, it is possible.
Nobody thinks
he has so much money.
Well, when nobody
might
thinks.
Escape,
Well, when nobody thinks about what's going on, like for instance, nobody also remembers when Mars used to be the closest planet to the sun, and now it's Mercury. They fucking switched them.
Mars used to be the closest planet to the sun.
Yeah, Mars used to be the small, really hot planet, and Earth is the third planet.
Who switched it? Like the...
I don't know who exactly, but at one point, Mercury is now Mars, and Mars is now Mercury. They fucking switched it. And I can't find a picture online of the old solar system. And my mom knows about it. My mom knows about that, and a few of my friends know about it, but nobody else is like, you're fucking...
Pluto.
You're fucking... No. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about Mars. The fucking little red ball planet.
They said that you're crazy.
Closest to the fucking sun.
They said that you're crazy.
Is now Mercury. It's supposed to be Mars.
They said that you're crazy.
So some people have. Because they say that because they don't understand.
Why? Did you see this?
When I was in school,
right.
Mars was the little red planet closest to the fucking sun. And now all of a sudden it's Mercury, and Mercury is now called Mars.
And I don't even know where the fuck Mercury is.
Mercury originally is that little, oh fuck, I forgot what, I told you what Mars was.
Did you ever see that little shiny little thing? Shiny star right there?
So basically...
Shiny star? Like,
look up the solar system, and Mercury is now Mars, so wherever the fuck Mars is, it's gonna be Mercury. That's all I can say. Because I forgot exactly where Mercury was originally, but I know for a fact it's gonna be called Mars now, so it's that simple. You know what I mean? There are certain things that are being changed, and we don't know why. You know what I mean? And
it's because like they find out something.
Well, the government, there's certain things they don't want us to know, and that's that simple. So we just have to know that, and if we start fucking opening up our minds, the government can't take us.
Yo, you know what? That you could be right about this. I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong. Wow, oh my god, and I'm still with this fucking thing on my
shitty fucking sandal.
But you are right. They did say that there was 9 planets, and then something happened where
after Pluto, they found planet X, Y, and Z. Well, I mean, if you do planet X, planet Y, planet Z, technically. But here's the problem, though. Pluto is technically... They keep on switching Pluto from a planet to a star. They can't make up their mind for some reason.
For real?
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
So you heard about the Mars landing shit, right? Like the robot just landed on Mars a few days ago?
The original
one got landed.
The original landing of the moon was bullshit. It was fake because there's...
Okay, here we go. Moon landings!
There's no gravity in space. So the flag was doing this number like it was getting blown in the wind. There's no way they fucking landed on the moon that time. I mean, I'm not saying they never did, but that time was bullshit. That flag would be... Or maybe floating up, but not doing this. Because remember, though, there's supposed to be no gravity. We have to wear spacesuits.
And how the fuck would we know how to
We have to wear spacesuits in there because there's no oxygen.
No, but listen, if there's nowhere on Earth where there's no gravity, how the fuck did we build a spaceship that could fly in no gravity if we never even been to no gravity?
I'm not going to say it's not possible because there was
water.
Because there was the alien crashing, so we probably used their technology. But it's not the point, though. We do have to end this.
Did you ever heard of that gold little treasure shit? Wait, you gotta go.
No. I'm saying it's we've been gone for a long time.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up.
If you want, we can redo this video in a part 2 by my stuff. Well, I was saying that due to personal, life matters, this is going to be a part 1.
No, I'm saying the part 2. Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Because of personal life matters, that it does not need to be discussed right now.
Right.
This is going to be part 1, and then whatever outro he does is what he's going to do, and then and then we'll do a part 2. It's going to be today at some point, but
I'll release. But we'll do 2 separate episodes.
But we gotta.
It's gonna be,
well, it's just that there's so much information that it's gonna be more than just 2 parts. I mean, there's so much shit to talk about, but.
Fuck yeah.
Since we're already in the middle of talking, about random shit that could or could not be fact, because based on everybody else's mind, they may not believe it. But they have the right to. The only thing they don't have a right to do is fucking insult people because of it. They have the right to go. They have the right to go. This may not be true. This may not be fact. Okay. But they don't have the right to insult people because of what they believe in.
Yeah.
And if they can't handle the truth, then they shouldn't watch this video. If they fucking watch it, I don't want to hear any bullshit in the comments.
Motherfucker!
No, I'm serious. I don't want to hear any. I hate that shit. Every time there's a video, there's always a fucking hater. I don't like this. Why the fuck did you watch it?
Yeah.
If nothing else, hit a dislike if you have to and get the fuck out. Don't even bother commenting. Don't ruin it for everybody else. Just fucking, you know what I mean? Shit.
Motherfucker!
It's too much bullshit on YouTube with that shit.
Yeah.
I just wish that I don't mind them commenting, hey, I don't really agree with this. I don't believe in this. But to go as far, like for instance, I don't really believe in God versus there is no God. You can't tell me for a fact there is no God, and I can't tell you for a fact there is a God.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't tell
we're discussing it.
Well, I can't tell you for a fact that there's a God. I'm going based on faith upon the spiritual events that I know have happened throughout my life that is not human.
Right.
Done. They can't be human. But for all we know, God could be a female with a huge fucking set of tits. We don't know. It doesn't mean
with 3 tits.
It doesn't have to be a guy. That's the point, though.
3 tits and 3 Bibles.
Either way, this should be the first part of many parts to go. See, this could be a saga of just video facts about just variety of shit.
Yeah, well, what conspiracies?
Conspiracies.
Oh yeah, I talk about conspiracies. I talk about aliens.
Conspiracies, facts. Well, conspiracies and facts and opinions that could or could not be true. I'm not gonna say everything's 100% true. And it doesn't matter if I know the facts or not. Yeah. If I know it's true, I'm not going to say that it can be true, because you know what? It's people's right to not believe in what I have to say. But at least to consideration, they should take it in and consider the facts for themselves and look it up.
Yeah, you got 2 scientists. You got 2 very certified scientists.
But they can also, I mean, honestly, like Stephen Hawking was also a very smart person before he died, so he warned us about a lot of shit.
I wonder if he was able to write how much he would.
We should also do a part 2.
That's not a joke.
When we get to that spot.
Yeah.
If you want.
So
it'll be more sun though, but I have an umbrella I can use.
So we're gonna go to part 2.
Outro.
See you on the next one. The next location.
I don't want to know what he uses that finger for.
I scratch sometimes. Sometimes I scratch.
Scratch and sniff.
Gotta see how it's all going, you know what I mean, down there. It's all going according to plan. Like I said, you got 2 scientists. We're all gonna break it down for y'all.
It's a homemade Butterfinger.
And here we go into the depths of the Butterfinger.
Oh, Jesus.